Blow A train.
What?
I'm not kidding. Go over there, pull out A train's cock, and blow him. I do want you to jerk off in front of us right now. Hey, guys, come on over here. We're all gonna laugh at you. Okay? Yeah.
Homelander is terrifying. He's a narcissist. He's arrogant, abusive, manipulative. He's so evil that when people meet Anthony Starr, his actor, they're shocked when he's not an asshole. Like, hey, you're actually a really nice guy. I just said good morning. Yeah, he's not so bad after all. But why is this immature, victim-slaying, super strength-wielding villain better than anyone else in the last 15 years? Well, there's this quote by Luke Taylor that goes, "A story is only as good as its villain." Now, is this saying 100% literal and accurate? Probably not. But it proposes the idea that the antagonist should be the driving plot element of a narrative, not just an obstacle. Like, honestly, for the longest time, if I see Dark Knight Joker best moments recommended to me on YouTube, I'm watching it. Nothing else could be more important. But now, if I see that next to Homelander highlights, not gonna lie, there's a bit of debate in my head what I should click on first. And it all predicates on how they both blend dark humor with genuine psychotic terror. See, the effect that Avatar: The Last Airbender has had on villain writing is so imminent. Everyone nowadays wants a Zuko in their show, a villain who's conflicted but can change for good. But at the end of the day, Avatar still needed a mustache-twirling villain for the protagonist to punch in the face to call it a day. Homelander is evil. He's irredeemable. He needs to see Satan. So why do we love watching him? We're not rooting for him like we were with Zuko, someone who we want to be good. So why does Homelander just make every single scene better, like the Joker did in Dark Knight? Well, quite simply, it's chaos. Both of these villains are the driving force of their stories. The protagonists are directly reactive to anything they do. But unfortunately for our heroes, Homelander and Joker don't just give us their entire plan from the beginning. No, there's suspense. The writer knows something that the audience doesn't, and they'll give it to us piece by piece if we keep watching. Who is the Joker really? What's his name? Where did he come from? Why does he have dumbass makeup on? And none of these are answered, which is low-key really refreshing to me. I don't need every tragic backstory in a superhero movie to make me feel bad for a villain. We don't even realize until halfway through the movie that we'd actually been watching the backstory of a major villain in Two-Face. It's like we were actually witnessing an antagonist be created in front of our eyes, rather than knowing there'll be a villain from the start. So there's so many other ways to give an evil character humanity other than flashbacks to a dark past. And that's what they do in episode 4 of season 4 of The Boys. In this episode, Homelander returns to the lab where he was created and essentially tortures all of the scientists to death. Now, the real cherry on top of the scene is that we don't actually see the flashbacks. Homelander just describes them, and this allows us to use our imagination to fill in the blanks. Now, what this does is it puts us in the shoes of the scientists. They don't really recall the exact moments Homelander is talking about, so it puts us in the same spot as them, terrified. Another aspect of these characters is, well, joking, being funny. Ever since comics were popularized, there was always a push to kind of make villains in particular, in one way or another, funny. Even if they weren't, making wisecracks or puns or whatever, there was always a comedic payoff when they were defeated. But the resemblance I see in Homelander of the Joker is that he uses his power to create dark humor by toying with the other so-called villains or people in power. Think of it like this. The people in Vought are kind of like the gang members in The Dark Knight. They're all villains, but, they don't really see eye to eye. The setup for this type of humor is the arrogance or high stature that these people want to impose, while the Joker and Homelander just walk all over them. Oh, a blind hero. Oh, what a great idea. It also resembles how Shakespeare would often have his comedy be based off of contrast of high versus low class. Somebody thinks they're high and mighty, and the lower class person makes them look goofy. The suits and ties at Vought want to control Homelander, and he tells them to suck each other off. And none of it would work if Anthony Starr didn't absolutely nail his performance. It's almost difficult to describe how good he is in this role because his voice inflections and little facial jitters and energy and timing are all just pinpoint perfect. Shoot, I'd be scared too if I saw him IRL. And that explains why his superpowers in particular mesh so well with his character. Impulsiveness is low-key one of Homelander's most important traits. It pairs so well with his laser eyes. See, there's plenty of villains out there with, super speed or teleportation or super strength. Basically, if they wanted to, they could kill whoever's in front of them at any instant, but they don't. They just keep monologuing or whatever. With Homelander, he has the ability to kill anyone in his sight, and he does. Just for the heck of it sometimes. You throw a can at my son, you just kind of look at me the wrong way. It's the perfect way of manifesting his immaturity into the plot. It's because of this that scenes like Huey spying over Homelander in the vent are so tense. We were all holding our breath when Huey's sweat was slowly dripping down onto Homelander's shoulder because characters get sliced in half all the time. It truly doesn't feel like Huey is plot armored like that, even if he is. This creates the chaos and intimidating aura that Homelander expresses whenever he enters the room. Nobody is safe. Heck, even when he's not in the room, I don't feel like characters are safe. Remember when A-Train snuck into Homelander's room and stole the V for Huey? I was praying for A-Train's life that he would not get out of there as fast as possible. This is what great villains do. This is the entire point of antagonists, to give weight to the entire series. So overall, Homelander adds chaos. He adds unpredictability. A-Train could have been the main villain if they wanted, but he doesn't randomly toaster bath people for the heck of it, and well, where's the fun in that, right? He absolutely elevates the series to an entirely new level, one that makes this one of the most iconic shows of the last 10 years, and giving him a spot on the all-time greatest villains list. However, I'm still not ready to put Homelander on the Mount Rushmore of villains like some people have already. Darth Vader and Joker, no question, right? I also have Voldemort on there. You could disagree with that, but at your own risk, okay? Those Potterheads go insane if you slander their holy Bible like that. I also think Thanos has earned that last spot. There's other villains you could put up there. I would hear out Sauron from Lord of the Rings, Hannibal Lecter, Frankenstein's monster, Dracula, Doofenshmirtz maybe. I don't know. But if The Boys keeps hitting this hard for a full another season and we actually get like a crazy finale, you know what? We might just have to move someone aside. But until then, thanks for watching. See y'all, and bye.